We have this new mic.
All right.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, is it working?
Yeah, it is working. It's a
Awesome.
notable improvement.
Excellent.
Hello. Hi. Welcome to April City Commission. Okay.
Can you hear me on that microphone? New microphone, can you hear me?
Testing.
Are you asking for call-ins?
I will be later.
What's it say? Solid state logic?
Yeah.
All right, well.
Whatever. It's got microphones. It has 4 mics on all the sides and some modes. This is all the mics work mode.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so-
All right. All right, well, it's 6:32, so let's go ahead and get started, and we'll do our pledges to the flags.
What's your name? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
Indivisible.
with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
And today is San Jacinto Day, when Texas became a republic today. Defeated Santa Anna, and the war was over, and we were a republic as of today. 1836. So what is that?
All right.
I don't even know. 160 years. All right, we'll do a roll call.
Commissioner Heinemeyer.
Here.
Commissioner Ignashik.
Here.
Mayor Nolan.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right. I'm going to call our meeting to order. Under announcements. Under announcements. Okay. One thing, I got a call last Tuesday from someone called the Kingsbury number. It was someone from San Antonio. They found a puppy on Woodrow Center Road. And they had driven around for 2 hours looking for somebody that knew it. And I'm like, okay, well, I know someone that has an animal shelter. So I said, well, put it on Facebook. Anyway, so I said, bring it by the store, because I was on my way there anyway. So they brought it by. Nobody fessed up. It had a brand new pink collar on.
Oh.
About 4 months old.
Oh. Sounds like somebody's dog.
I know. No,
Yeah.
but and then on Saturday we, gave up and took it to the Patriots Pups and Ponies. Yeah. And super aggressive to other dogs. So we think maybe, and the way she knows about dogs, so she said the way it was acting, it was probably taken from the mother too soon and didn't know any kind of dog etiquette. And took about an hour to kind of get it to at least calm down, and finally was doing pretty good. And so we think maybe it was taken, given to somebody, realized it was super aggressive to other dogs, and maybe they're like, all right, we're done. Anyway, I donated like $100. So I'm like, because at first I thought they weren't going to take it the way it was acting, and it's a very cute puppy and extremely sweet around people, but so anyway, I don't know.
Oh, it's a German Shepherd.
Well, we think it's more Malinois,
Oh.
maybe, or just a.
So if anybody doesn't have dogs and needs
Yeah.
a puppy, go get it. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
It is, and it's super sweet with people. But it needs to be like an only dog or someone that will take the time to integrate. Anyway, I didn't know what to do. I mean, they called the city number. So I didn't want to, being an animal lover, I didn't want to say, well, just drop it back off or something. So That's, I guess we're.
Good. You did
All right,
good.
Shirley,
Oh.
adding
Hell
to your
yes.
list of mayoral tasks.
Yeah, is kind of yeah, animal control, but I wasn't gonna take
No,
it
no.
to a high kill shelter or anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you never know what's gonna happen when you when you answer the city number. I got a letter from City of San Marcos. The city is working with the TxDOT and the Federal Highway, FHWA, Federal Highway Administration, to establish a hazardous materials route within the city limits. The route designation would require that all vehicles carrying hazardous cargo traveled on the designated route to their intended point of exit, rather than travel on local streets or roads that would cross the San Marcos River. Before a route can be designated by the FHWA, federal regulations require that the city contact political subdivisions within 25-mile radius. So that's us. Blah, blah, blah. So it's not really anywhere near us. This is 1978. Here's 1979.
So they're just rerouting toxic stuff.
Yeah, around over, it has to be rerouted the way as it's crossing the river.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so if they're contacting everybody within a 25-mile radius, I guess this southern point, since here's 1979, then that would include us. So,
They started this several years ago.
yeah, I mean, we've gotten, I think, one of these
Yeah.
before. I don't know if it was City of San Marcos,
Mhm.
probably. Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your comments and feedback on this matter are respectfully requested no later than May 19th to the Office of Habitat Conservation Plan Manager. So I just wanted to mention that.
So you mentioned a state and a federal agency, if I'm not mistaken.
I think they were both federal.
San Marcos and TxDOT.
Oh,
Not
TxDOT, yeah,
the
TxDOT.
The Federal Highway, FH, is
Mhm.
Federal Highway.
And say,
Oh.
So you're not talking one level, you're talking multi-level.
Yeah. We got our first set of electric bills, in which I reviewed with Jessica. We got charged the $50 setup fee twice. Because they put both street lights on one bill that used to be under 501 Railway, which is kind of where that street light is on the corner.
Mhm.
Now they're both under 7571 under that account. And then we also got the $50 setup fee for the house. So,
So you
They did
think
Yeah.
these streetlights?
huh?
These streetlights?
No.
Oh.
So
The
there's
ones-
the ones
there's
over
the
at
street
City
light that we
Hall.
pay for
the
that's
corner.
on the corner of Railway and Kingsbury Road.
Right.
Well, there's the other one that we agreed to take on that's at the corner of Prairie
Prairie
Lee
Lee.
and Kingsbury Road.
Okay.
So now they've moved both of those now to one bill.
Is it that bill?
The address
Oh,
that
it's just-
shows the 7571, but it's the account number is the
Previous.
Railway Street.
Were you able to talk to somebody over there?
No, because we were looking at it and I'm like, well, this isn't right. They shouldn't charge us 2 setup fees. And then as Jessica and I were talking, we ended up the same way. We're like, well, I mean, they are transferring that one over there and transferring this over here.
It's worth
so-
a call. We're a city. I mean, I
Yeah.
think it's worth a call if
Okay.
you feel like you have the
Is
time.
it really a big deal?
I don't know. It's $50.
Oh, $50. Okay, that's a big deal.
It's 50 bucks.
That is a big deal.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that crosses your threshold for a big deal.
Oh, way over.
Okay.
Cross
All
it
right.
like a freight train, yes.
So, getting that, so that's how they're gonna do the billing, I guess. Do the street lights on one set of bills and do the house on City Hall on the other set of bills, so. But yeah, we got charged two setup fees, which I was not expecting. Just FYI, I added a page to the website for burn ban information. And so under news, there's burn ban status. And so it just,
That's
what-
great. We
what's-
always have it on your newsletter, right?
always have it on the
But the
newsletter.
website,
But
yeah.
this, you can go to the website and it's, so it's it's basically the same information, doesn't have a map or anything, but it's the same, so it's nothing I have to like update unless there is a change in the status of the burn ban. And for Guadalupe County and therefore City of Kingsbury. So I put that, I just added a site. I thought, well, that's a good thing to have on the city site, whether we're under a burn ban or not. And I also included the links to Texas A&M Forestry Service, to their burn ban map, and then also to their active wildfire map. So those are two that I actually frequent. So, so that's available on the website now. And then we'll do this. And so an announcement. So we'll go over check report. Here's. Let's see. One thing. Okay, so I have some starred items here. On March 23rd, we got our mixed beverage tax receipts, which was $606. I didn't point it out last time, but the February, we got 0 on the mixed beverage tax receipts in February. So we ended up getting basically twice the amount in March. So I think there might have been something going on there. We usually get about $300.
Okay. So
I think that's probably something that went on there. Crystal Clear, $400. That is for the transfer for 7571. GVEC, $74. That's for the house. So that was the house meter, including the $50 setup fee. On April 7th, GVC 66. That's for the 2 street lights plus the setup fee. The $50 setup fee. And then TML IRP on April 14th, $4,174.80. I finally was able to hook up with TML IRP with Sheila and went through the bill, and there was no reducing the bill. There was no reducing the bill. I tried every way I could to couldn't get the bill down. And then I said, well, in addition to that, we have a piece of property. I need to see about getting that on there. And so we went through the website a little bit. I have a TML account, but it's not like a city account. It's just my account with TML. You know, if there's any training or whatever I'm going to look at. So I think, and so working with Sheila again, I have to do a property addition. So she sent me a form because we're having difficulty on the website. So she sent me a form. So I'll, when I send that back, then we'll get the 7571 on the.
$4,100 before they added the property?
Yes, but that's about what it was. We had $4,100 budgeted for this year because it was so much last year. And so I tried once again to see about getting that, because Chase Patton had said, you know, because there's things on there like law enforcement. Like, well, we don't have our own law enforcement. And she said, well, yes, but if there was law enforcement called out on your behalf, and there was, you know, whether it's sheriff or constable or game warden or whatever, and there's some kind of incident, yes, that would be considered on your
Recovered then.
the
yes.
city, what if you don't call as the mayor? What if you call as Shirley Nolan?
What do you mean?
You call, I need a cop out here.
Oh,
It's my breaking into the store. Is this the mayor? No, this is Shirley Nolan, the store owner.
yeah, but is it on city property?
No, it's private property.
What property is that?
That building, is it not? The city owns that building?
Yeah. Which building?
The store.
No, the store, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I call the store, then that's no big,
the
no.
city hall?
Yes,
Oh,
Yes. So if there was some kind of, maybe we were having a city
I got my
event.
rifle.
Maybe we're having a city event and.
What if we just put I don't dial 911 up there? Doesn't that cover it?
I don't know.
You know, when you dial.
I thought we were in Texas.
When do I call the sheriff and say, when you run out of ammunition?
Yeah.
Not until then.
So, two of the things Chase mentioned was police, and then there was another thing that's like, we don't have. But in certain circumstances, that could be. And she was saying, yeah, that this used to be like $200. This particular line item was $200. Now it's $1,500, and yeah.
Or that's is that one of those, it's not gonna happen, but it might? One of those items, $1,500?
Oh, well, I mean, that was just a,
Well, it's
Yeah.
still the cheapest insurance we can get,
I
isn't
know,
it?
but
Or
if
is
it's
there
a-
other, is there other insurance?
I don't
we
know.
get?
My personal
don't know.
life, if it might happen, it probably won't, and I'll roll the dice, $1,500 as opposed to whatever it costs me to clean it up.
yeah, there's like 5 or 6 line items that's included in that 4174.
Okay.
And so that's what I'm saying, that some
Yeah.
of so this line item, maybe it was law enforcement.
And the argument basically that the lady said was, it's a package, you can't change.
No, you could, but it's a
Well,
package, they don't want
Basically
to.
what she said, I didn't say that. I'm not putting words in her mouth, but surely.
But they want us to be a conventional city like everybody else in Texas.
And I explained, yeah, but this is, more than a month's worth of our income. So she was very apologetic, but that didn't lower it
Not gonna
any.
change it.
It's for a year. It's for 1 year.
I mean, yeah, our company pays half that.
Do we have
A bunch
an
of
actual
insurance.
policy that I could take to another carrier and just match this,
Yeah.
I think
build
it's
me a
worth
policy?
it. What about a local Seguin insurance?
Just-
Who insures the city of
I-
Seguin?
I don't know, but we'll call everybody
Yeah.
that writes insurance policies and bid on this for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well. I mean,
Yeah.
TML was a bargain
I
in the
love it.
beginning, but it's not a bargain anymore.
No, it's not.
I'll take it around. If I can get a
Awesome.
copy,
Yeah.
You-
I don't
okay.
think I have it
That's-
on me, but
that's okay. I'll pick it up at the store someday or whenever. Well, that's it.
Hey.
All right.
Look at that.
That's a calendar.
oh, is that the calendar? Darn it. Darn it. I have it. I'm pretty sure I have it. Did I give it to you, Jess? Probably not. Nope. Yeah, you're right. These are calendars. The policy on.
He's a calendar.
Would like a bid on this policy and a calendar. Actually, four.
Calendar, yeah.
4 or 5.
Ooh, that's kind of a nice
Sure,
calendar.
run
You
across
can
it.
write in
Let me
it.
know when you can drop it at the store.
I can do that. I can do
No
that.
rush.
All right. Any further announcements? Those are what I have. Gosh, it's warm in here.
Ah,
It is.
Habitable Spaces has 2 cheese classes coming up
Cheese classes.
this
Yay.
Saturday. Anybody wanting to learn how to make Gouda? 12 to 4 at Habitable Spaces, 3050 FM 1104.
12 to 4, Saturday, you said?
And then there's another cheddar class the 3rd Saturday of next month. So you can learn cheddar. But yeah, it's $50 for the class, and you go home with cheese and ricotta. That pays for the milk.
Okay. I'm slow here. Cheddar, Gouda was.
Gouda is this coming Saturday,
What is the date of that? I'm sorry.
the 26th, Saturday the 26th, 12 to 4. You're
And
gonna make Gouda, ricotta, and butter, and you'll be able to go home with butter, ricotta, and whey.
Is this on your website?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
Okay.
all on the website.
And the cheddar just
Cheddar is the following month, the 3rd Saturday.
May 3rd Saturday. Same 12 to 4 kind of? All right.
Yeah.
I don't think opening a door would help, would it?
There's a little stuff in here.
I'm
No, what
really
is it
thirsty.
like out there?
I don't know. It's kind of warm out there.
Open up everything.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, it started cooling down though, so the air moving.
Does it feel better out
I run our
there?
AC with the windows
It
open.
felt good on, it felt
Hey.
good on my feet.
It is really warm in here.
I agree, totally.
I just stuck a chair in it before.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank
All right,
y'all,
we'll give
and
it a
thank you,
shot and
Dennis.
see. All right. Any further announcements? All right. Item number 2, public comments or discussion. Anything, we have festival on as an agenda item, so we'll wait.
I'm glad that you addressed number 9 in your announcements
Number
indirectly. The burn ban and the emergency planning is item number 9, so hey, thank you.
Mhm.
No, you made the announcement, I'm just responding.
Yeah,
to it.
agenda item, yeah.
Crystal clear. I got so busy, I did not pay my bill. And when I realized it, I went and paid it. And you should, she said the bills were already out. I just got it today, which of course is wrong because I went in and paid. And you should not have a bill to pay because I paid the $26.38.
I have not seen a bill from Crystal Clear.
They just came in the mail today.
Okay,
For everybody, even though she told me it was more than a week ago when I was there taking care of this, oh, no, they're all right. Hey, and it was somebody not from the area that was computer literate, but as she said, when I asked, will I understand this receipt? Probably not. And it's true, just like the bill. What? $200 bill? What? Oh, it's because of the one I already paid, and trying to keep track of what computers do and what people do in the computers is more work. And there's enough comment on that. So crystal clear is, Gino has not been doing exceptionally well. But he's doing good as far as public. Anybody, a little bit hoarse, very hoarse actually. Other people in the community, Deerings have problems in the family, physical. I just saw Coleman's granddaughter getting stuff for grandma. She had cancer surgery and so on. Sorry to catch everybody up. It's almost like the newspaper column of, I can't remember that gal's name, but the Sweet Home Sisters. Way back in the Gazette, and you had the Enterprise and the Gazette, and then they went together.
okay.
Somebody's got to do it.
You're doing good too.
Yeah.
You did a very good job, really. So, I'm not being facetious or anything. You are, you do.
Thank you.
All right. Item number 3, review of public documents. This is area residents needing help with ETJ. Well, so that's where I'll bring up this. This is what I believe I told you about this gentleman that called about, from up in Weatherford, about wanting to be annexed. So part of the property is apparently in the city limits and part is not. So he has done I gave him the information on how to get it, and so he's got his meets and bounds, and so we'll see about getting it. Once we stamp it received, then we have.
You have to do a public hearing.
We have to do a public hearing. We used to have to do 2, now it's 1. I think it may still be 1, we have to double check on that. But yeah, the clock starts ticking, you have to do it within a particular amount of time.
And we can do it here. We don't have to go to the location, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got that. That is the only one that I've gotten this month. So, item number 4, old business, consent to an agenda item. This is approval of the March 17th, 2025 regular commission meeting minutes and April 4th special meeting minutes. This is, we did not have the special event permits on our March agenda, so we had the special meeting so we could get that done. So, 2 meetings. Anything on the, either of these need to be moved to regular agenda?
No, ma'am.
All right, so they stand as approved. Item number 5, discuss and consider Fall Harvest Festival. Has Allison's name, and then we have Robin here to.
Well, yes, as I've been trying to do for many years now, Habital's trying to pull itself out of fall harvest, mainly so we can all do a better job at it. So I'm not the best at running the market. And Robin stepped up to the plate, or flew into the plate. So yay, Robin.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring it to y'all's attention so y'all can start thinking about it as far as contributions, sponsorships, and stuff. I've got several people I'm going to hit up to do sponsorships, possibly for it. Lots of good ideas. Still going to have the pony rides and the hay and dive and all those fun things for the kids, and trying to expand possibly more on it and have more games, maybe some washer boards or something, competitions to make it an all-day thing.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had Robin and I had a good meeting the other night, and kind of reviewed, what things cost here and there, and got her the numbers that I had for people, and
You
so
got the
kinda-
horse ride numbers? Because I thought.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had-
I've actually already touched base with them, and they are in.
They're so sweet.
Yeah, yeah. And so I think kind of at least got her from square zero to square one, and then she's been running with it, so.
Good.
Yes, yay.
What's your last name?
Cresta,
K.C.
Kresta.
Thank you.
And Robin has done several markets downtown, the Easter market, Christmas market and stuff, so she's become adept at getting these kind of things together, and so, yeah, she's the perfect person for doing stuff like this. Yeah. And so, yeah, we did some phone numbers, and I kind of gave you names of
Several people.
Yeah.
That help out every year and do something. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to touch base with all of them. And I've reached out to, I believe, each of them. I'm just waiting to hear back on a few of them. And then I'm trying to expand it from there.
Okay.
And Habitable Spaces is probably going to do an art booth again with the Article Curiosities from Seguin. But, I guess also one thing we do is try to get everybody together, but if you can do it through email, even better. Yay, I'm so excited.
I said whatever means of communication.
Yeah.
Sorry to backtrack, but how did your Easter,
It went well. Despite the weather, it still went pretty good.
one of the events, anybody know how the chili cook-off went? I know,
Oh, I don't know.
no, I don't either. I'm sorry, I didn't think about it at the time.
There's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
And I was gonna go, but it's like, that's a long walk from where I have to park, so.
Yeah.
Well,
It was full.
It's pretty incredible. It's Kingsbury has so many events that you can't make them to all of them. We're a little city of buzz.
Yeah. Yeah, we had another songwriter showcase in the Fat Chance on Saturday, and
I missed that one.
it was different
Family
people.
Easter
It was
thing. I
so
know.
much.
I saw
It
the
was so much
picture.
It
fun.
went really well. Did this one go well too?
Yes, it went very well. It went
I missed both of them.
even better.
Oh.
And Sam was there.
Yeah, it was great. I loved it.
I know, and so everybody's saying, "Oh, we're like the next Lukenbach, the next Lukenbach."
Could be.
Excellent.
Musicians, different styles.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made just from tips they made, because we don't pay them, and I have a kind of open tab for them, but other than that we don't pay them, and so through their tips they did good.
Good.
did all right.
Excellent.
Walking up there all afternoon.
And
For the tip jar.
yeah, I really would like to have some more of those, because it's so fun to interact and say, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're getting the backstory
And you
of
can talk to them.
where you're
Yeah.
talking to these people, and I think we came up with about 3 potential songs this last time, And I think I wrote something down. It's still in the bar. Yeah. I wrote something down like, that sounds like a song.
Oh, nice. That's
And
cool.
it's just fun to interact and get the backstory and hear all that. And anyway, it was, but they were saying, yeah, they were saying, Kingsbury, you're like the next Lukenbach.
And speaking of Fall Harvest, Ethan, the guy who kind of is heading that up or helping you guys?
Yes.
Is always game to play Fall Harvest. So I'll send you his number. But yeah, I was out of town both of those times and it was so depressing, but you'll have to do more. So that
Yes.
we can go.
What there was that I kept saying she has this just little angelic, very angelic voice, and she was singing these songs like God may forgive you, but I don't, and and in this little very sweet voice, and yeah, she goes, yeah, I need to do more murder songs. So,
And I won't.
yeah. So yeah, that was fun. But yeah, he is also one of the people that has helped out with Fall Harvest Festival also. Yeah. So we have his number if. All right. Item number 6, or anything else, Fall Harvest?
Do y'all require or need anything specific from me for this? Since it is for the city, like
Who
do y'all
does-
need
Oh, you know what?
something?
We'd still close the road and still, I think. I
We'll
forgot
need
to-
we'll need a special event
Yeah.
permit.
Yes.
Yeah, for that. I was talking with the fire chief the other day because I did go on the federal surplus site to see about getting our own barricades, and there were none available. Or I just Googled, or not Googled, but under their search bar I did barricades, and it was like none. I'm like, oh, come on. But then I was talking with the fire chief, and he was saying that that they'll have like, you know, huge, truckloads of these, and then they go away, and then so just keep checking
an
on
eye on
stuff
them.
like that. Yeah. Anything? Yeah. So when it gets closer, we'll have to do a special event permit for road closure.
And,
Hopefully I'll
and
have some
also,
barricades by then.
sometimes it's good to have a meeting with everybody because then you can get them all to work. We usually meet and hang signs and do a little downtown cleanup.
Okay.
Right. Anything further on Fall Harvest?
I don't believe so. I think that's it.
Thank you, Robin.
Yes.
Yeah, thank
yes,
you.
thank
Yay,
I'm
Robin.
excited. It's gonna be fun.
Yes.
Do some fun things.
Yeah, we were when we were talking the other night, we were like trying to come up with, we were like Googling and trying to, just more activities for kids, and adults. And in like I like the art thing, that's fun. But then just more things to do. So we'll
I should also say one weak point that we've always had is getting the word out to the
Yeah.
larger community. Just because I don't know if any of us are that internet savvy, so any talents you could
Yeah.
direct that way.
yeah.
Facebook is a lovely image.
Yeah.
All right. Item number. What before I go move on? When you want to boost a post in Facebook, do you know how much that? There's a charge to that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you know how much that is? I mean, is something prohibitive or?
It's cheap usually. It's
You
like
would-
20. You can do them for $5.
What
I
you
think.
do to boost your post is get all your friends, one at a time, to go on the website,
And
find
like it.
the article,
Just either like
and,
it,
no, you have to
share it.
comment.
Comment, yeah.
Give it a like and post any kind of comment. Just like, this looks like fun. Oh, I plan on going.
And it'll
But,
boost back up.
and it'll move back up to the very
Oh,
top.
okay. That's
All right.
free.
But like I said, some of the, like Seguin sites, you move up to the top and it's like 30 minutes later, you're 40 or 50 down.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, this little smaller one's not too bad, but
Mr.
yeah,
Facebook.
just, if they comment, get everybody to give them a date. Here's your date.
on this day.
Go and comment. Comment
Yeah.
on the article.
Make sure you
And that'll
comment.
keep
So
it.
that's the key, is the comment.
Yeah, a
And
comment.
reposting, I just repost a lot.
Yes.
And I'll repost
Reposting and then
several
add a
different
comment when you
pages
repost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
around the area as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Facebook hacks,
Yes.
brought to you by Kingsbury.
Right.
So, yeah, and again, I mean, maybe Boost Post, I don't know what it does, and I don't know how much it costs, but, maybe that's I like
I
the
think-
free comment.
I think Marie Haynes told me that.
Uh-huh.
Somebody, and it worked. It worked.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, all my website or Facebook pages, when I was promoting our pickleball, man, I mean, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I said, oh, there it is. This looks like fun. Boom, I did number one
Wow.
right away.
Yeah, you
She
just
just
keep it
said,
active.
Marie just said, I will send Robin a Facebook page access specifically for events, and it's Tri-County. It will help getting her events out there.
Okay.
Good. Thank you.
Marie. Thank you, Marie.
With
Thank
the
you, Marie.
sponsorships also, we will be able to mail out flyers again to both routes.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's what I'm working on right now, trying to get the sponsorships lined up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder, we've never tried to get a sponsorship for printing, but I bet maybe Seguin Printing. In fact, the guys from Seguin Printing usually have a booth. They usually do, one of the guys is involved with one of the food booths. Yeah.
That's who does the barbecue flyers, although this year barbecue committee has decided not to do flyers for the barbecue. However, I mean, we've done them a few years. We thought, well, we'll try it without it because it's like, over $700 now
Yeah, it's
for
pretty expensive.
that. So, but I think Seguin Printing did the flyers and they did the raffle tickets and they do the meal tickets. So yeah, they do a lot for
Working
that.
on, maybe doing like a banner for each sponsor
Mm-hmm.
to put on the side of the road or something.
Yeah.
To advertise, hey, they sponsored us, put it
Yeah.
on the flyer, things like that.
Yeah.
Just to show support that they supported us.
Yeah.
So,
And we have 2 vinyl banners, so we can put them up whenever,
that's perfect.
maybe a
Nice.
couple months in advance.
Yeah.
All right. Item number 6, discuss and consider update from Joseph Benevides, Crystal Clear SUD board member. And this is someone that had reached out to Jessica about being here, but she wasn't able to.
Yeah, he reached out to me just shortly after the last meeting and asked when the next meeting was, and he Facebook messaged me, and then so we went back and forth a little, and I thought he would be here today, but I've been trying to Facebook message him in the last week, and I mean, we're not Facebook friends, so maybe he just didn't see my messages popping up, and I don't have his email address or phone number, so I don't know.
It was-
I wonder if it just slipped his mind because it's been quite a while.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
I don't know if it works or if it does really what I think it does, but when I know Messenger, if we're not friends, they may not see it because I don't see it.
Yeah.
But I'll go to their Facebook page, and if they posted something, I'll comment on it, like check your message board.
Ah,
Yeah.
That's an idea I didn't
Because
think
most people, I think, get notifications when they get a comment or,
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But it works pretty good for me,
okay.
Did anybody notice, I believe Crystal Clear office is changing hours? I gotta go get the bill because when I went in there, it's like morning hours only instead of being the 8 to 5 Monday.
Mm.
I need to go get it.
Yeah.
I
All right.
just got it today.
All right, well, if he reaches out again, then we'll try it again, because I'd like to hear what he has to
Yeah,
say.
me
He's a
too.
brand new
Yeah,
board
I
member.
was and yeah, it would be really interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Item number 7, discuss and consider City Hall renovations. It has my name, but at this point, Frank has been doing most of the legwork on this.
Okay. I have been calling people who do foundation repair, pier and beam, leveling.
Leveling.
And stabilizing everything. And I've got 2 companies that came out last week, or week before. And they looked at it, and they're gonna give me an estimate and a written plan. Haven't received those yet, but it's on the way. And I got 2 coming this week, one Wednesday and one Friday. And shout out to everybody, anybody listening. If you have someone in the area that has done work for you on a pier and beam foundation, and it was satisfactory, let us know who they are. We'd like to
Well,
hear.
or if it wasn't satisfactory.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would
Also,
probably help too.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
Or
Yeah.
if you do it, if you do that kind of work, if you're assured, the city.
Have to be bonded and insured.
Yeah, that, we need that, but we'd sure like to let you, have you bid on this, take a look at it and bid on it. All right, thank you.
And I'm still, I've got one more thing to try with the key. The key situation is that it's a hard key to duplicate because of some shapes on it. Did try Apple Ace. They came the closest. It would say green, you're ready to go, and then it would say nope, can't do it. I did call a locksmith.
Yeah,
And the locksmiths, it turns out, are traveling locksmiths. They're not like, there's no like brick and mortar type locksmith. They're all like 24, if it says 24/7, that's what it is. It's a lock, and so I had one come out, said, can you take a picture of the key? So I got someone to take a picture of the key, says, can you take a picture of the lock? I said, okay, let me run down there, take a picture of the lock. And this is after I'd called the dispatch, I guess, no telling where they are. And then never, I'm like, okay, here's a picture of the lock, here's the keys, here's the locks. Do you need anything else? Crickets, and I was like, okay, never mind. And then I asked I said, okay, I'm going back home. Never heard anything back on that one. And, but I think that's our best bet. I just have to find one that will respond. But then once you start looking, then you realize they all say 24/7. So they're like these traveling vans.
let me ask you, I was looking for a locksmith too, but I never called anybody. And most of them were, like you said, I don't know where they come from, but they'll drive to you. But I thought I found one on Camp Street in Seguin. Did you see that by any chance?
Yeah, probably.
And you called it, does it exist? or-
I called one on 46, and then it says 46, but it's
Yeah.
not really there.
Uh-uh.
There's not really like I said, a brick and
Yeah.
mortar there. And then,
Change the
Yeah,
lock
so that-
completely.
yeah,
Wouldn't
we
it be
can,
cheaper? I
but
mean-
it's kind of a cool
No,
lock.
it's,
Oh.
It's retro, yeah.
no,
Historic.
and the bolt, I don't know if you call it bolts or whatever, you can change those without changing
The whole thing.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if I can, I would be nice just to get some keys made. I mean, if it wasn't. So still working on that. So in the meantime, we have a central location for the key where anybody can pick it up and drop it back off whenever needed. One other thing, I did get a from eBay, an 1897 mechanical twist doorbell for the other side of the door.
Oh, cool, nice.
However, what they sent me was not it.
Oh.
They did not send me what was in the picture. And so that has gone back, and they're supposed to be sending me the item. They found the item that I was supposed to get, so still trying to get that. If anybody's ever, and then I have someone else also that does a lot of garage sales and stuff, keeping an eye out. So I showed her what it's supposed to look like, and so they're keeping an eye out. But the door has a metal knob, sort of a flat knob in front, that then when you twist it, it rings the doorbell on the inside of the door. But for this particular house, there is the doorbell on the inside was probably long lost. But the little knob outside, it's right in the middle of the door.
and it turns nothing.
It turns nothing. So I did find like I said, an 1897 mechanical twist doorbell. I'm just paying the price for. It's my donation. I could have donated the puppy too, I guess, and we could have.
Our dog.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as it gets leveled, I'm ready to,
Yeah,
I'm
we
used
got
to
a lot of
leading
things.
teams of volunteers, and I can show
Yes.
people how to use it.
Yep.
Yes.
Power tools and equipment, and we can get in there and do construction.
Yeah.
Good.
That's what I do.
I just, it's hard, it's just, I don't think it's wise to do anything. I think we all
Yeah.
agree. It's not wise to do anything until we get it
no
leveled.
point until you get it leveled. 'cause
Exactly.
It's just all gonna crack and move.
Yeah, exactly. So, have you said you got some numbers already, or they're coming in?
They're coming in.
Okay.
I don't want to start
Right,
any rumors
right,
from
right.
people that's yet to bid.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh,
Unless they think they can beat $100, then come on,
yeah.
bring it on.
Item number 8, discuss and consider Kingsbury's 10th anniversary of incorporation, May 19th. This is, so
Yeah, I mean,
this was when the May 19th, 2015 is when the county commissioners court approved the order of incorporation for the city of Kingsbury.
Right. So we talked about this a little last meeting, just about having an abbreviated city commission meeting in May, and then just inviting people over. I mean, we had talked about doing it at 7571, but I am kind of wondering how, I mean, we can't really invite people into that building right now with it not leveled and the way it smells in there and stuff, right? I mean, people could look in there, if they.
They could ring the doorknob by then.
Or something, but, we're not gonna wanna have a meeting in there, I wouldn't imagine.
Well, if we drank the beer first, it wouldn't matter. No, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, if it's nice weather, it was okay sitting on the porch for that short meeting, but
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess I'm just wondering,
We've had a couple of these before, yeah, just downtown.
Touch base about it.
Yeah.
What?
We've had a couple of these before, these little birthday things for the city, just downtown.
Yeah,
Downtown would probably be okay if you wanted that out of the new building. No, just wait. We have a grand opening when it's finished.
Yeah.
would we have our abbreviated meeting here or downtown,
It'll have to
or?
be downtown, so.
Wherever the party is.
Could be in the
If you
hall
want.
or something, if you're willing.
I don't know how well
Or-
the video is gonna stream in the hall, cause you've got the DSL over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, we can just, we've streamed with DSL in the past, it
Mm-hmm.
kinda works.
Kind of works. Oh, down there it works
Pretty good.
fairly well because,
You're right by the tower.
well, you're not enclosed in a metal building.
Oh, yeah.
The difference, yeah.
So,
So you wanna do the
well,
DSL?
we could.
Do you want to charge a lease? Rent? No, I'm serious.
Well, I realized a week or two ago that I will be out of town during that.
It's free.
Oh, no.
I know. I made arrangements a while back and didn't at the time. Well, it was before we started talking about it, and I had tried to get is Big Bend and Davis Mountains, so West Texas. So I was trying to get in April, and it was booked. So I was just trying. And it was like being eaten up as I went. So this is those couple of weeks in May is when I could get it. So it will be.
The party won't be the same.
I
without
know,
But
and I'm like,
we'll manage.
I can't,
We'll manage.
yeah, and it's not like I can just change it because it's already full up, and I check every day to make sure that Big Ben is even still
Well, do we
open.
want to have a party?
Being a
or
federal-
just have our meeting and go on?
Yeah, I don't know.
We should, sounds like it's the 10th
I know, it's the
anniversary.
10th anniversary,
Yeah.
And
yeah.
a box of donuts. That'd be all right.
Um,
Whatever y'all want to do.
Are you gonna be gone the weekend before and the weekend after?
The 10th through the 23rd.
Just a whole month.
So the weekend before would be open.
Couple weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, what about after the 23rd? It's only a few days after the. What about the Saturday after?
The 23rd, I think, is a Friday.
Yeah, what if we did it on Saturday, the 24th?
24th.
I would rather you be there. It feels
Yeah.
like
I know, I would too. I would too.
So we're gonna do it on Saturday? Yeah, the 24th?
24th.
Yeah, I mean, Saturday's kind of, then we don't have to worry about a meeting and a party, it could just be a party.
May 24th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not necessarily
Okay.
a meeting.
Well, we could have a
Unless you
meeting
need to.
on meeting night without her.
Yeah, so Pro Tem has got to do
Yeah.
the.
Right.
Definitely.
Woo! Power hungry.
Because you know, if we plan a short meeting, it's something will come up, or it's gonna take
Yeah.
a long time.
Yeah.
Honoring the city's
10th anniversary.
Yeah.
10th birthday.
Okay,
It's on my calendar.
that's all right. The meeting is on regular third Monday.
Yeah, our regular meeting would be like on the 19th, I think.
Right.
Is it?
Yeah, that's right.
And the party will be May 24th,
The
Saturday.
Saturday after.
At what time?
6:30?
When it's cooled off a little bit.
What are we gonna do? Are we gonna have like some sort of food for dinner? Or, I mean, I don't know. I guess you,
What we've had in the
We could do
past
it
is
kinda
just
like
kind of,
the-
it's almost like National Night Out.
Yeah, I was gonna
you
say,
know.
kind of like National Night Out.
Well, let's see if we can get, just kind of see if we can kind of get a head count.
And you
of
have
who
a-
might be coming.
Yeah,
I don't want to buy 1,000 hot dogs and
Yeah.
sell two,
yeah,
and I don't want to run out either, be
Yeah.
short, but it'd be close anyway. I have this thing about food costs and sales.
yeah.
I mean, if you don't sell it all, you lose.
Well, I mean,
lose
in the
everything.
past, we didn't sell it, we just,
Gave
it was just a
I know.
cost.
Yeah.
I think maybe if we have, you can just serve, would you be willing to serve alcohol? I mean, if people want beer, they can go buy it from you, and we provide like pizza and sodas and
Yeah,
stuff. And then the bar can be open
yeah.
for those who want beer.
Yeah.
I don't feel like the city should be buying beer for people.
No.
I-
Get drunk on
A
us.
city, yeah, selling beer at
We
a.
like it, thank you very much.
City-sponsored event.
Pizza, hot dogs, pizza.
I personally do not like hot dogs and do not eat them.
Of any,
A birthday
of
cake.
any type.
Yeah.
If I made them and knew what was in them, sure.
Well, that's, yeah, because there's so many different,
I stopped eating hot dogs as a kid. It's like bite into it, and then you start thinking, what's in there?
anything.
Chicken
That's
lettuce.
very pink.
That's another word for sausage.
All right, well, we'll
You got a little time.
drink this over and see what we want to, maybe we have a little mini parade.
Oh, yeah.
Well, y'all deserve it. 'cause
Tractors, we'll have a tractor parade. Okay, so, yeah, okay, so this is
That would
a,
actually be really fun.
yeah.
Love to have a parade, tractor parade.
just
Um,
up and down Railway Street?
Yeah.
Well, the tractors have to get there.
That's true, that's true.
You make the circle of Guadalupe or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're saying right now it's a go, May 24th, 6 PM.
Mhm.
We'll try and get some more deets together for that.
All right.
All right. Item number 9, discuss and consider emergency planning and resources. I have almost completed the disaster, I don't have it with me, I didn't print out one. I haven't gotten the flip book yet that I ordered, but basically, I'm thinking, well, if it doesn't come in, then I'll just get a binder, with tabs, so it's kind of a go-to if there's any kind of emergency. But I think it's also something that should be basically on basically the website, yeah.
Mhm, Yeah.
So, the one thing I'm trying to work through right now is like I've pretty much got all the natural disaster kind of stuff taken care of, but it's the cybersecurity kind of things. And at work, we do have a cyber attack drill that we will have one coming up at our location this summer. So it's kind of, it's serious business to make sure that we're prepared, that we mitigate any kind of risks, to that. And so that's kind of the final one that I'm working on. And then there's some maps that we had talked about, like low water crossing areas and stuff, because everything else is pretty much anything could happen anywhere, as far as like severe weather or drought. But the low water crossing is the low level flooding, since we don't have river flooding here. So I should have that completed, get that all together, and then I'll see about getting something on the website for that. Item number 10, City of Kingsbury audit. I did provide our auditor, Bonnie Dvorak, with the check report, basically a copy of our spreadsheet that has check report and budget information and payroll information and everything, and then also provided her all the transactions from the bank. So here's all, here's the every transaction through the bank, downloaded from Broadway Bank. So I did provide her with those. Jessica and I now are struggling with receipts for, it's 167 transactions. So receipts for these transactions.
So you have to have receipts even though it's recorded on the bank thing? Or?
That is part of our question that we're gonna get with Bonnie and see what, so like.
I mean, she was saying at the last meeting, technically there should be a receipt for every thing, but then it's like, if everything's online or something.
Yeah, it's
there's
like
a
nothing
bank
that's
statement.
like-
Yeah.
Because I don't know about Broadway, but First United, like, they will say Lola's Cafe. I mean, they'll tell you exactly
and
where
it
you
does.
spent the money.
Yeah, it does. It tells you exactly where you spent.
It may not
Depends
say
on what
what
the
it was
IRS wants.
for, but it shows the location and the amount.
Yeah.
And take our
So I
word
guess
for
it's-
it.
Yeah.
That's real.
Well, I mean, so like Taco Cabana or like Rosie's Pizza, maybe it's $250.
Write a memo. Stick it on there.
Yeah. Well,
So-
these are receipts that we would have to have from October of 2023 to
Thank you.
September of 24.
Yeah, remembering. the
So,
time period that we're doing
we did find a couple that we have. Then there's things like City of Seguin for ambulance service. We don't get a receipt. We have invoices. We have the bill, but it's not showing, payment on there. So
But
But
then
it
the
does show in
payment
the
would
bank
be
statement.
recorded.
it shows
from the bank statement.
on the list of transactions,
There,
yes.
yeah.
So everything in the check report has a corresponding transaction from the bank. So we need to devil is in the details. Once you start getting into it, then you start thinking, okay, well, what do we actually need of this? So I've gotten things from the Wix. So here's the invoices from Wix for the emails and the different websites, because we have multiple domains, because so somebody can enter kingsburytexas.com or kingsburytexas.org and it goes to the same place. It resolves to the same URL, or kingsburytx.com, will go to the same place. So those bills, it's like $20 a year for that. And then the emails and so I got those from Wix, and then we have, the message board, since we went from free to where we can have more attachments and bigger sizes and everything, so there's a $6 charge for that, so. I haven't gone to that and see if I can get a downloaded. But before going into all of that, we definitely need to touch base with Bonnie and see what we need to provide, let's get what we need.
What beyond what you've
If there was a
already-
corresponding bank transaction for it, you know, is it something that we need to provide?
Have we started making adjustments to our record keeping?
Yeah, so
Papers.
that's what we're saying. So
Yeah.
when we do get paper receipts, that, our thought is to go ahead and scan it in, and so then we have it, you know, a digital copy
Yeah.
of the receipt. And then, but, you know, like Seguin, we don't have any receipts.
Tell them you don't want one.
I can.
Mhm.
I can.
Information provider you can ask.
But the auditor can, all the auditor has to do then to verify is that money, she's got a bank transaction.
She's got a bank
Money,
transaction.
she can just call us, the treasurer for the city of Seguin. I'm auditing, I just want to find out, did the city of Kingsbury make all of these payments over the last 6 or 12 months? And that's, I think, proof that that's verification that the auditor puts in there.
Yeah.
And then that shows that, because you could have bank transactions if there was, for instance, a company with or a city with a fraudulent, treasurer or something, or that set up dummy vendors. And then there is a check written to the dummy vendors. And so if you look at the bank, yes, we paid them $100 a month. But if they go find that one and they find out, wait a minute, that company is owned by one of the that's how that's, I think, why, but I'm certainly not, and we're not here to tell Bonnie how to do her job. She knows, but she may say that I just need some verification that money went to a real vendor. And she
Yeah.
can find out from asking the vendor.
Yeah.
I know it's too late for 2023, 24, but if you have an iPhone, you know these can scan, right?
Yes.
Through.
I've done
so,
scanning.
Yeah, there's, I do it with my receipts. I just take a photo, through the scan thing, and it'll grab it, and then you can have the receipt in there.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't have to worry about, because those receipts only last for a certain amount of time, too.
Yeah,
or
they
Thermal paper has to
they
be
turned over.
Protected,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're like made with invisible
They're
ink.
thermal, yeah.
Disappearing ink.
Had a drawer full of blank papers.
Yeah. Yep, that is true.
No light, must be dark, must be
So,
cool.
yeah, so at this point, once we started getting into it, then we started having all these questions. So, and that is definitely one, is like, what kind of proof do we need that we're not pocketing some money, redirecting money to ourselves? Okay. So we'll get with Bonnie and see, get a little bit more information on how best to provide what's needed for a good audit.
Looking for next year to be like ace, just,
Yeah.
yeah, here it is,
Yeah.
all laid out. No.
Yeah, so we were going through receipts a while ago and
Yeah.
like kind of putting them out, okay, this is for next time, this is for this time. Item number 11, discuss and consider interlocal agreement on subdivision regulation update. So this is where I was, I had understood it that we did not have, authority for platting, and subdivision regulation in the ETJ. However, it is definitely, that is definitely incorrect. So in the local government code 212 and then 001 through 003, 4, 5, 6, it is definitely something that we can regulate, not only in the city limits, but in the ETJ.
That would be great.
Now, there are things, there's what they call the shot clock. So once something has been submitted, you have like 30 days to review and give any kind of update on that. You can kind of control that a little bit by saying, we only take these on, you know, the second Tuesday or third Monday of the month.
Right.
You know, if not, then you have to wait till the next. But it is definitely something that we can go ahead and regulate in our ETJ.
That sounds like something we should be doing.
Okay. So I think.
Rather than, I mean, it's cheaper also on our citizens, right? Because the county was gonna charge.
Well, you know, that's still
Still,
kind of
I
a
don't
question
know.
as to exactly what the charges were on that one that we were looking at. You do, you know, there may be some engineering firm costs, you know, to this. So, it's it's not a easy decision to go ahead and pull the trigger on something like that.
We need to know exactly what we have to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And who can do it
So,
for us. And if it's cheaper.
yeah. So I came across an FAQ type thing from TML, and which it references the local government code, you know, a lot, but it also kind of puts it in non.
Legalese.
Yeah, it's not even legalese, it's government
Legislative, yes.
Yes. And so, still going through that, there's like a three-parter to whether you do have to even do a subdivision or not, or plating or not. And so, still trying to work through that, but yes. So, where I had understood it, where we didn't have that regulation ability within the ETJ, actually we do. So I will have like more of the details and exactly what it would entail and exactly what, you know, where we would have to have an engineering firm, you know, involved in that. So working through that as we speak. So, and then we could make a better educated decision on that, because yeah, it's not like it's not free to do. Item number 12, discuss and consider Kingsbury City Commission mission and vision statement. This has your name, Frank.
Yes, it does. Well, I've started posting on the message board about a mission statement for the city of Kingsbury. And I said on my first post, I really didn't want to mess with this. It's like something that would go away. I didn't see a need for it. I do now. And I offered up my best attempt to make a mission statement afterward, and I posted it, and I got feedback, and I got more training, education on what I was doing. And one of the things it says is don't make it public. Keep it with a group of close confidants, and you know, and that's exactly who showed up at the message board anyway. But I don't know. We got some suggestions. We got some ideas. I think I'm kind of on the right track. I'd really like y'all and you, if you don't mind, to go, and you are welcome too. And I don't know if you do computer dentist, but all right.
I was having some difficulty getting in at some point.
Oh, yeah?
Did you have trouble getting in?
Not this is on the general discussion board.
Yeah.
And I didn't have trouble getting in.
I was trying to get under me, and I was trying to get in under admin. But then I ended up changing something, either changing my browser or changing which side. It shouldn't have made a difference, but it seemed to. Because I was logging in as the same person, but it was saying, you know, giving me some kind of weird error. But I think I finally figured out how to go in through the right door, but it shouldn't have mattered. But anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, there's Elena, her post, she offered up some training information, or, you know, but there's a little video about writing a mission statement, which is pretty good. All of that's geared towards a business, not a governmental entity, but it works pretty good. And when I do it right now, this is just a mission statement. Our purpose as a city, all the stuff that we want to do, that's on the vision, and that comes after this. I don't want to combine them.
Okay.
Because the mission statement's pretty short, concise, and to the point as best I can make it. Although I think I got something a little goofy. Well, I don't know. There was something, you had a question about something, and I said, well, if that's the way you understood it, then other people will do that, understand it the same way, and I need to address that, whatever my statement was.
I don't know. I reread that today, and I guess I actually printed this conversation. I can at least read us Frank's suggested language. Frank suggested.
Not the first one. I revised it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that your revised version was, the mission of the city of Kingsbury is to protect the residents from forceful annexation by another municipality, to maintain limited government, maintain low rates of taxation, incur no debt, and protect the rights of its citizens.
Yeah.
So, one thing that I commented about it was that, I said, I think this statement does pretty well fulfill the requirements listed above in a way that I think all of the commissioners could agree. Not perhaps the catchiest language for a t-shirt. One of the things was the t-shirt test.
Yeah.
Fit on a t-shirt, and would you be proud to wear that t-shirt? Now, again, that's something that came from a business mind, but catchy is always nice, but.
I offered a solution.
And then I said, one question I have reading this is how this mission might allow for things like sponsoring the annual Fall Harvest Festival, offering breakfast to the annual stopover of the ski trail riders, or snacks for National Night Out. Of course, Frank tends to be the most frugal of the commissioners, so he might not be in favor of that type of thing anyway. I do personally enjoy those activities, and I feel like it's nice to have some public events that offer a public space to the city officials outside of the monthly meetings. But I do think Frank's statement speaks to the key mission of the city, and perhaps if the city can afford a little bit of fun while maintaining limited government, low taxes, and no debt, why not? And then Frank kind of responded and said that he wasn't trying to write something that said we couldn't, that the city couldn't pay for stuff like
We
that.
can't do
The mission
stuff.
statement says that, it just says won't incur debt, but we're not incurring
But,
debt by
no.
having a couple pizzas at the National Night Out.
But see, that's not my point. You took it as that mission statement, something in it made you think that, we're trying to put this brakes on trail riders and Fall Harvest. And if there's something in there that you translated that, then other people will too. And that's not what I want. So, yeah, I'll find out what it is and adjust that or rewrite it or change it or do something.
Well, but for clarification, I was reviewing it today, and I looked at what I thought was on the message board. It said Frank updated this 6 hours ago.
Okay.
And I was looking at that at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Well, when I went back to look at it, I was looking at an April 10th message that you put up, and it was that simple statement. And but I was just curious if you have added. I understand there's some others, or I understand there's comments, but I liked just
Go ahead.
just for the simplicity of it, and that's what you said. I want it to be simple, And I thought, well, that fits the motto of this city anyway. And I liked your mission statement. I think it's
From the April 10th.
fine. And I did not interpret anything in that simple statement that would limit any of the activities that we're talking about. Everything that we're doing with the city hall and the trail riders and the Fall Harvest Festival and everything else we're doing, that, I don't think that would limit it or could, but I can't say, it couldn't be interpreted as limiting that. It could be, it can be interpreted any way you want to, but I think that's the beauty of having a short, succinct statement of the mission of the city. And I've always said, what I like is your comment, that the start is, we exist because to stop forceful annexation from another outfit. And that is exactly how we got started, and it's the overarching reason for our continued existence, is so that we maintain something separate, a culture, identity, history, and culture from the city of Seguin. So anyway, I liked it, but I didn't know from this discussion if you have added something to
Well,
that.
on my message board, my first post is at the top, and then Elena, and then Jessica, and then I
You
did
would
it.
continue
I saw
to scroll
those.
down if you would have gotten
I
to.
scrolled all the way down and they were
Because
getting.
after hers, I was rereading my mission statement, looking for something that would say, you know, preclude us from doing fall harvest or trail ride breakfast. And I said, well, asked the city, the city's mission was to protect us from annexation and minimal government.
Are you wanting the most recent or?
The last one, because I think.
And I'm just curious, you didn't want to use the word Liberty City just because it's too.
Liberty City has, well, I did in the, I know in my explanation I did, not in the statement
Yeah,
itself.
and-
Because Liberty City is not a true designated city for Texas. And the difference between some of the concepts of Liberty City, especially the way we do it, and what the legislation that they proposed back in 2016, I think it was, or 14, 15, to have a Liberty City established, was different too. It wasn't as deep. It was more shallow, I think. The original ask for a Liberty City designation, and what we've evolved by doing.
In your comment indicated, if you're interested in the background of that, look at it from the Texas Public Policy Foundation. And I was going to say, correct me if I'm wrong, but when we started out and we went as a what is it, level 3 or we're
Class C.
Class C city. I don't think the local government code in 2015 nor today says that's a Liberty City.
No,
It never,
nothing.
The statutes in Texas do not say a Liberty City. That is, Liberty City is a concept.
It's a philosophy.
That came from Texas Public Policy Foundation.
Yeah.
When they promoted the writing of that, to have different kinds of smaller class cities. And so, we can put Liberty City in there, but it's not a concept under Texas law.
No.
It's
or
not
under
defined.
statute.
It's
not
It's a
defined.
concept.
It's a concept, but it's not defined. And if it is, like I said, Connie Burton and Art Tavara, the legislation that they wrote up and took to the legislature, and it didn't pass. It didn't get voted in to establish a Liberty City as a municipal designation in Texas. Class A, Class B, Class C, and a Liberty City. It didn't pass. So, but they wrote one up, and but the idea from Art that we listened to and heard, and the way we laid out our city, it was all. And I'm really deeply in love with the concept of it. I am personally.
Well, even though I say that it's not defined, I'm all for the idea too. I've been enamored of the idea since we started, and I don't see anything wrong with putting it into a city mission if you want to do that. That's up to this body, how you want to do it. But I don't see anything wrong with doing it, but I like the way you wrote it up, and if you want to put Liberty City in there, that's fine. I think.
I just, since it's not a defined
Right.
concept, I have a little problem putting it in there because, you know,
People might misinterpret it.
well, there's nothing to interpret. There's
I
no
would-
definition really for it, so.
I would like it to appear on a lot of information on our website, maybe Liberty City concept, Liberty City idea. Attached to our mission statement, not so much, because it's not a true designation, it's a concept, it's a theory.
Perhaps then it's in the vision. I mean, I
I would
think.
like like
the
to
wording
see
somewhere, I think.
somebody take it up again and rewrite it, because I really, the thing that's most missing from our Liberty City designation, that I would ask of the state legislature and the state of Texas, is this thing about, we established a city just so we wouldn't be sucked up by another city. Well, that's taken care of now. Well, almost, but not quite, not really.
And we've still got
Yeah.
the outer loop,
Yeah.
you know,
But
thing that we're dealing with.
It happened, and we're operating under what we think is the concept, the ideas of Liberty City. But what's missing is the fact that it's the reason our city's mapped out like it is. We didn't want the roads. And I would like a Liberty City to not be responsible for the roads, and not be responsible for the EMS services,
Yeah.
and not be responsible for the fire department, because before we incorporated, we were in an unincorporated county, and we paid taxes to the county to take care of EMS and the fire, and what's the third thing I said?
Roads.
Roads. Why? Because we became a city.
To
all
protect
of a sudden-
ourselves from other cities.
All of a sudden, we are required to maintain
Less people are
these
required to
services.
maintain this.
It's.
And we're still paying the taxes.
Yeah, and we still pay the taxes, and we pay.
As individuals, we still pay the taxes
amount
for
that
all.
the fire department lost, because the county says, well, this is in Kingsbury, we're not gonna cover their part. And the fire department said, we'll handle it, and Shirley, we said, no, this is what they took away, we'll give it back to you. I mean, but yeah, I would like to see that happen. I don't understand. Every time I go into local codes and anything in the Texas legislature, I look for something that says, well, a city is required by law to maintain these streets. Why? Why? They're required by law to maintain a police force? No. A park? No. A school? No. Just the streets and EMS service. Well, we were paying for that with our county taxes, but you're
We
a city now.
still pay that.
But you're a city now, so you have to pay more. We're not.
Yeah, it's like we get punished for being a city,
Yeah.
trying to protect people around here.
Mhm.
It's not very
And
fair.
I would like that. I'd like that to change. I would like it to, but in the meantime, we do what we have to do. And I like that. That one phrase from that information, Delaney, to facilitate independence and self-determination for its citizens. Ah, man, I'm gonna get that tattooed on me. Facilitate independence and
Frank's first
self-determination.
tattoo.
That's
Get it on your chest.
That's the way I live. That's the way I try to live my life. Independent and self-determination. Anyways, so yeah, read it. Ideas. Write another one. Add to it. Subtract from it. Let it circulate, and we'll come back to it.
Cool.
And I think it'll help us a lot to be focused at the beginning of each meeting if we read our mission statement, which only takes 5 seconds, and just refresh our memories of why we're here
Why are
and
we
what our
here?
purpose
Yeah.
is. But it doesn't stop us from spending money, doing things.
Yeah, and once you've been on the message board enough times, then you start getting a little bit better at realizing where you need to go in this thread to see what,
Mhm.
it's definitely not the easiest, but at least it serves its purpose
Yeah.
there, so.
Christine says you should put it on a t-shirt.
See? She doesn't think you should tattoo your chest.
I don't think I should either, really.
All right. So we'll continue that, and I think we'll just keep that going on the message board and keep the discussion going until we iron out something that.
Yes. And we're also looking for pier and beam foundation
Yep, pier and beam.
work.
Love
Pier and beam foundation.
Actually, and I know this is, but just so the general public can put it in their noggins, we're gonna have a volunteer day once we get the
Yeah.
house leveled, and we're
Yes.
gonna need skilled hands.
I see you looking at me.
Yeah, for the city hall.
Woo. What?
I see you looking at me. I'm here for it.
Ah.
All right. At this point, we will adjourn. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Have y'all tried to run that mission statement through an AI program?
I have. Oh, I haven't
I
run
might-
that particular statement through
I might
AI, but
have.
yeah.
I might have.
I'm on AI.